What's up, ACPS? In the next episode of Teen Talk, we're going to talk about internships and apprenticeships. What's up, ACPS? It's your host, Suha Kim, and welcome to Teen Talk. Today, I'm going to explore all opportunities of internships and apprenticeships that you can be involved in to deepen your passion and strengthen your resume to further pursue your dream. I'm thrilled to welcome Miss Kelly Stutzman to the studio. She is the Internship and Apprenticeship Program Manager for Work-Based Learning and Career and Technical Education at AACPS. Ms. Stutzman has been dedicated to empowering AACPS students and connecting them with real-world work experiences. Hi, thank you for being here today.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited too. So first kicking off with this whole topic of internship and apprenticeships.
Absolutely.
So when students think of the topic, they're often confused with each one with another, or does not exactly understand what they are in general. So can you give us an insight of what internships and apprenticeships are and what different responsibilities or requirements that they might?
I would love to. So internships have been around for a long time, right? Anne Arundel County Public Schools has had a robust internship program over the years. I've actually been in the county for 21 years, and all 21 years working in the internship field with students. So internships are a 135-hour work experience for students. They could be paid or unpaid, and some of them fall into particular programs that we have, and they also fall into what we call a professional career experience, which is an experience that students can have where they're really just learning about the career, having a hands-on experience, and it can be in any field, right? So they just want to kind of have an exploratory experience and get their feet wet to see if that might be a possible career for that. So that could be anywhere from offices concerning doctors' offices, lawyers' offices, all the way up to veterinarian, vet tech, and kind of shadowing those experiences. Again, they are paid or unpaid. They are always mentored by a person at that business opportunity. So it's a mentored experience. They're not left alone. And they are also under a program through the school system with a work-based learning facilitator that supports them all along the way.
Okay.
So apprenticeships are a little different. Okay. Apprenticeships came into play in 2020, and they really took off in 2021, which was the year that we had our first apprenticeship. It is a partnership with the Maryland Department of Labor, the Maryland State Department of Education, and Anne Arundel County Public Schools. It's also unique in that it is a CTE completer, so students can earn 4 credits to be part of an apprenticeship, which is exciting. They also receive a certificate from the Maryland State Department of Education, and which I know it is gold to the students, they receive a cord at the end too from Maryland State Department of Education. The difference with also the hours is that it's 450 hours of on-the-job paid training. And they do get paid minimum wage. The wages range anywhere from $15 up to $20 an hour, depending on which career field and apprenticeship opportunity they do. They have to be approved by the Maryland Department of Labor, whereas internships are approved by the school system and the work-based learning facilitators. It is a partnership with the Maryland Department of Labor, and it goes in front of a training committee. Those training committees, they process the applications, and then once they're approved, they let us know, and then we provide the support for the students to make sure, and we market the opportunities, let the students know. The other thing about the apprenticeship is that the ultimate goal is that the students will continue on into a registered apprenticeship, which is sometimes a 4-year or 5-year program, or as a full-time employee, where the internships are more exploratory.
Oh, okay. I think personally, I was more exposed to the idea of internships
Absolutely.
So far, so It's very interesting to learn about all these opportunities. So can we actually learn more about how apprenticeship students from high school go to a further program that are extended to 4 years or further?
Yeah, so we have partnerships with the unions. We have, there is, for example, one of the partnerships that we have is with Chesapeake Electrical, independent electrical contractors. So they do a pre-apprenticeship They'll do an apprenticeship program during their senior year with them, and then they will actually get hired as full-time employees through different independent electrical contractors, and they'll continue on with their journey in that electrical field. So they'll go right into that industry, and within 4 years be making a really great salary, have the support, right? And they started in high school, so they don't, all of that information is provided to the students while they're in high school. The support is provided by our work-based learning team, and then they can continue on. So there's a couple different opportunities and examples like that, but really in the trades industry. And then for the other students, if they continue on, the companies are really family-like. For example, we have BD Provisions, which is kind of a bulk food industry in Severna Park, and their ultimate goal is to have students continue on and become part of the business and stay. And the great benefit for the businesses on that side is that they can partner with our school system, right? They can train our students the way they want, do the paid 450-hour opportunity, and then have a full-time employee afterwards because they've gotten to know the student, they've trained them how they want to, and then they continue on. So it really helps people in our county, especially since our county is made up of so many small businesses. I think 82% of our businesses are small businesses. So it helps to have that partnership with the school system. So.
Oh, I think it's definitely so interesting to actually think about the small businesses that can, connect with a high school, because I think a lot of students might be limited to thinking if I want to intern, if I want to work with someone, I would have to work with a big company that is named and known, and that's the only way that I can make connection. However, I think there are so many local and small businesses that they can be involved in to not only just work there and stay there, but also use it as a stepping stone to go through further opportunities that they
couldn't agree with you more.
Want to. So can you tell us about a little bit of a preparation step that students might want to take to get into this whole program, or what requirements they might have to prepare for, any timeline wise, what are something that students should be concerned in to getting into these programs?
So really it starts your junior year, right? That's when for the apprenticeship program, you can be 16 years of age and up. We really encourage students to start the application with the work-based learning facilitators their second semester of junior year. And that goes for the internships as well. A lot of our internships and businesses, you really have to be 16 to 17 range to participate. So most of the students participate in these work-based learning programs in the summer of their junior year going into their senior year. So they'll have partial schedules and keep participating throughout their senior year. All schedules vary. It depends on the business. It depends on the students. It depends on the student schedule, right? So we work with the businesses so that they understand that they're students still, in their senior year. And we work with the counseling department as well and with our team. So what I recommend is there currently are 13 work-based learning facilitators. There's one at every comprehensive high school and also at the CAT centers, is that you find your work-based learning facilitator, and sometime during this talk, hopefully there's a slide that'll come up and it shows pictures and names of the work-based learning facilitators for each school. So that's really where you start. But those work-based learning facilitators will walk you through the resume process, the interview process, the cover letter process, and what's really unique to our county and that we're really incredibly proud of is that we have our own internship portal. It is like a one-stop shop. Think of it in Indeed.com, but it is for just our AACPS students. So businesses can post opportunities once they're approved with us, and then students can apply right on that really secure site. So everything is taken care of. They place their resume on there, they apply on there, but the work-based learning facilitators do support throughout the whole process.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
As someone who got this internship through the internship portal,
yes,
I can't agree more that it is so accessible and also very informative, all in a very organized way. I think students often struggle when they have to just hop online and search.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it
right?
is a lot to find what opportunities are out there, and I think it is such a nice portal to
I love to hear that.
all.
And every opportunity on that portal is just for you guys, right? It's just for the students. Now, some of them are specifically for the programs we have. Maybe it's a STEM student. STEM students have to do the 135-hour internship. So those are companies more tailored towards those industries. But we have a lot, in the apprenticeship realm and in every area. So
you. So
Good.
switching up the direction a little
Sure.
bit, I personally, through this experience and internship, I feel like these work opportunities are not only about just resume or just what you put on, what you have to talk about later on when you need something else. So, what do you think these internship and apprenticeships opportunities are to students in their further life building, their personal growth, or their identity?
So for as far as personal growth, yeah. So what we hear from students is the mentorship piece, right? It's another mentor, it's another person in their lives outside of the school system, outside of the classroom that really supports them. We've heard stories about supporting through having students or their mentors help them with college applications. We've had students get accepted into the Merchant Marines because of their mentors. Networking, the ability to reach back out to those businesses once they head out. So these all these opportunities are college and career for readiness, right? They provide the soft skills. I've had students that, for one example, was they went and did an internship at the Maryland Zoo, and they were scared to death to do public speaking, which is one of the number one fears, right? Throughout students and adults. And once they got done, they actually were a tour guide, and their speaking skills were incredible afterwards. And so what they learned and how they learned to talk and be professional. So the professionalism that comes out of it, the networking, the mentorship, the college and career application piece that they help with, but not only that, but their speaking skills and all of their durable soft skills outside of the classroom that you guys obtain when you're in those professional workplace experiences. So I think it comes around full circle, and it really adds and it bridges that gap between the classroom and the world of work.
I can't agree more. As a first generation, especially having a mentor that you can depend on, ask all the questions that you have. I think it's something that students definitely need once in a lifetime to get into their further
Well,
study.
you're in the real life, you're living proof, right? So thank you for being part of our experiences and our programs.
You're welcome. Thank you for offering all these amazing opportunities for students in ACPS and more out there.
Yes, and if you want more information, please see your work-based learning facilitator at your comprehensive high school or the CAT centers, and they will guide you and provide you with the information you need.
Once again, thank you for highlighting the importance of youth empowerment and sharing the various opportunities available to AACPS students. I hope everyone took some notes, as you could be the next intern in your field of interest. Now it's time to hear from a new perspective from our very own interns here at AACPS Central Office. Including my position, the host of Teen Talk, there are amazing opportunities at AACPS Central Office provides, starting from communication to TV productions. In order to learn all interest fields, I've invited a few guests to the studio to share what it is like to be an intern. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. So can you tell us your name, grade, school, and what position you hold in AACPS?
I'm Sophie. I'm a senior. I'm an intern under the communications department.
Okay, amazing. So what is your personal interest that led you to this position?
I liked numbers and I liked pretty spreadsheets. So I was like, let's intern for a communications department because they'll definitely have spreadsheets there. Interesting, yeah.
Interesting. So can you give us an insight of what you do at your position or a daily life?
Yeah, currently I'm just drawing assets for some of the campaigns. For example, for the FAFSA campaign, I drew Cashy, and he's gonna be on most of our, if not all of our, digital assets or digital posts on AACPS.
Okay, wait, can you give us, what was the process of making Cashy here?
They told me the concept of Clippy, and I said, okay, do I just create Clippy, or do I just create Cashy, like a Clippy animation? And they're like, yeah, so I just drew a Cashy version of all of the assets you would see on, I don't know, Google.
Okay, so you said that you're a senior, right?
Yeah.
So can you give us how do you balance between your school life as a senior and all these internships designing works that you have?
So most of the time, I just have a planner and I just have certain hours blacked out. Most of the time from 8:30 till roughly around 12 is all dedicated to school hours, And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are all just work hours. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday are like school homework hours, project hours, whatever I'm doing. And then weekends is like free for grabs, whatever I want to do.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I feel like as a fellow student who also designs, I think designing takes up a lot of hours, like way more than people think.
Way too many hours.
Yeah, so I'm very impressed that you're balancing between all these schoolworks as a senior too, and
Yeah.
all these designing. So, how do you think your experience in this internship position will benefit you in the future?
In the future, I want to be an architect, so I guess all of like just keeping things on track, project tracking, like designing in general will like roll over to architecture in general really easily. Some of the other things, as in like emailing, your generic stuff, will also pretty much roll over pretty easily.
That's also true.
There's very little things that will not roll over.
So, for all the fellow students out there who also wants to intern for AACPS, what are some advices that you have? It can be like interview or resume or anything.
100% go to, I don't know, I'm pretty sure all schools have it, in AACPS at least, but go to the lady or the guy that's does internships at your school and ask them about internship/apprenticeship opportunities. That is the biggest thing. If not, if you can't find one that the county provides already, if someone is willing to give you or like to hold you as an intern, you can ask your the lady at your school or the guy, and they can probably set it up for you so you have an internship for that as well.
Oh, I feel like the second part is actually what I'm learning for the first time, because I realized that, we can have internship and apprenticeships opportunities through the counselor, but I didn't know that they can also help us with other business out there. So, okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Glad to provide some insight.
Thank you. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk to another intern who is interning at the designing and printing department. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
That's good.
I'm Kaylin. I'm in 12th grade. I go to South River High School, and I'm an AACPS TV intern in the design and print department.
Okay, so what's your personal interest that led you to that position?
Definitely like videography. I've kind of been doing that all my life. So in this internship, I get to do a lot of like editing and filming and just coming up with ideas for shows and stuff like that and helping everybody out, and it's really cool.
Oh, okay. So can you tell me your past experience in videography that you think that prepared you to this position?
Definitely at the Center of Applied Technology South, like CAT South, they had a, it's now called Electronic Media and Film program, and I did that for like a year and a half, and it was like the most helpful thing I had in that career field, I guess. I don't know. But it was just having like constant assignments and stuff like that really helped to develop skills and learn like what it would be like outside of school to do filming stuff.
Can you tell me what your day-to-day life might look like with this internships?
So I have a half schedule, but it's every other day. So on A days, I'm here working from 8 to 4, and then on B days, I have like 3 periods. So it's just every other day I'll come here, and I just kind of get straight into whatever project I'm working on, or I'll ask my boss or another, one of like the guys working in the communications department just for a project, and they just kind of keep giving me them, and then until I'm done.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, because I feel like students have very different schedules, because it's not only about one person, but even one students can have different schedules in the next semester. So I'm happy to hear that ACPS can provide a little bit of a schedule freedom for you. So how do you think internships and apprenticeships in general might impact students' journey and their passion?
I think it just like it helps you build a resume, obviously, and helps with college application and stuff like that, but it also just like for me, especially with film, it's a more creative field, and I feel like when you're kind of an art kid, like you kind of said that you are, it's like you're kind of told, okay, well, what are you going to do as a job, and how are you going to be making money, and it's not really treated realistically. So it's definitely having an internship in whatever field you want to go into can help with the reassurance of like, I can do this as a job, like this can be my career. I think that's been like the most important aspect of doing it.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I've had experience in digital design, but when I actually got an opportunity to design a logo for a local business, that gave me a reassurance of, wow, this is something that I can continue doing in the future that can also help me financially. So that's amazing to hear. Can you give the students out there a little advice for internships, apprenticeships, anything?
Yeah, I would definitely say don't put all of your eggs in one basket and keep your options open, because I tried for an internship before this one, and it was like 9-month process of interviews and like changing my whole life around it and being like, this is my 5-year plan, and like banking everything on it, and then I didn't get it, and now I'm fine, and I like love where I am now, and I can't imagine myself anywhere else. So just keep your options open. And I think one of the most important things somebody told me about interviews was like, you're interviewing them, so you're not just finding like, okay, am I a right fit here, but like, is this a right fit for me, and is this what I'm gonna want to do? Because just because it might be like the greatest opportunity for somebody else doesn't mean it is for you. So just keep your options open and try to find like your best fit. I would say is definitely the biggest piece of it.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Next up, we're gonna have our last intern to interview from the CTE office. Hi, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Can you tell us your name, grade, school, and what position you hold in here?
Yeah, so my name is Jenna McClanahan. I go to South River. I'm a senior there. And my current intern position is in the CTE office.
CTE office. Can you tell us more about the CTE office?
Yeah, so CTE stands for Career and Technical Education. And I'm basically making videos to promote their programs, like in the Cat South centers and Cat North, and the signature programs at all the high schools in Anne Arundel County.
Interesting. What's your personal interest that led you to that position?
So I did Cat South, and I did the IMP program, Interactive Media Production, and we made a bunch of videos, and I don't know, I just really liked the video production, editing, learning how to use a camera, how to edit, make videos, and create media and content.
Okay. Wait, one random question, sorry. My curiosity piqued. What's your favorite show? Do you have like a favorite show that led you to have the interest?
I love a lot of shows. I really like watching shows. I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Marvel, and Star Wars. Like I like all the I love watching movies and TV shows.
I feel like I've heard them as like the classic of TV
Yeah.
shows, but I personally don't watch TV shows a lot.
Oh.
So maybe can you give me a recommendation? Like one recommendation show that I should watch to start like getting into shows.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on what you like to watch, but like I really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's a really great show.
I'll definitely check it out
Yeah.
after. Okay, so how do you think this opportunity and the experience that you're having right now will benefit you in the future?
I think this opportunity has been great. It's like giving me a perspective that I haven't seen before. So like in the classroom, I learned a bunch of skills like video editing and like camera, and I'm actually like applying them into my job in like a real world scenario. So it's like actually putting forth what I learned to a real job.
I definitely love how you said perspective, because I feel like definitely when you're in a new environment or an opportunity, you adapt a new perspective, which definitely you can apply to literally everywhere in your life. So I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
What are some day-to-day experience that you have? Like a little, what's your day run with like all the schools, Cat South, and your intern?
So I have a half schedule this year, so that means I go for first and second period, and then after that I go to the Board of Education and I do my internship from 12:30 to 4 every day.
12:40 to 4.
Or 12:30 to 4.
12:30 to 4.
Yeah.
So every day. So
Not weekends, but
not
yeah.
weekends. Well, can you give us a little insight of what you usually do when you're here at intern?
Yeah, so my coworker actually, she usually gathers the footage for me that I'm editing in Premiere, and we're making like 2-minute kind of highlight reels of programs. So like Cat South, we went to Cat South last week and we recorded a bunch of programs like the Marine Tech, IMP, Culinary, and we're making videos to highlight these programs and get more people involved in the programs that they offer at.
Oh, okay. So where can students access those information? I feel like this is my first time personally hearing about it.
So it's very new. I think they're still trying to figure out where they're gonna put these,
Okay.
but they're gonna be hopefully available to 8th graders, middle schoolers, so they know where they can apply to these programs and what they're about, and kind of learn more information about them.
Okay. So actually, I've always been interested in CAT South, CAT North, but I wasn't really sure what in specific those programs are and what they provide for the students. So can you give me a little bit of an insight of that?
So yeah, Cat South is like a trade school almost. It offers welding, culinary, like a whole like sphere of like different career opportunities, and it kind of gives you more hands-on learning experience of like more of a specific area of interest. So like I did IMP, interactive media production, and I really fell in love. Like it's how I learned that I love video production and making content and stuff for
Well, happy to hear that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, lastly, do you have any specific advice, recommendation for all the students who wants to be involved in CAT South or any internships that are provided in ACPS?
I would say definitely explore opportunities. Like my internship coordinator, he offered the NSA one, and I did that one. Didn't work out, and then I tried a new one, this one, and I got it, and it's been great ever since.
I definitely feel that. I feel like I was actually very scared when I was applying to this job, Teen Talk host.
Yeah.
But now I'm here, and it is so much of an experience that I'm learning from. So
Yeah.
I definitely can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with her. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah,
with
thank you
me.
so much.
Thank you so much to Jenna, Kaylin, and Sophie for joining us today and giving insights of what it is like to work with Anne Arundel County Public Schools. If you're interested in joining us, check out at AACPS Teen Talk on Instagram, where I will upload all information you need. Before we go ahead and utilize all information shared in today's episode, give me 60 seconds to teach you how to increase your chance of being selected for an internship or a job through an interview. A day or two before the interview, research the skills and values needed for the job. Use a mind map to connect your skills and experience to the job requirements, which will help you handle unexpected questions. Prepare 1 or 2 questions for the interviewers. This shows interest and curiosity, in addition to demonstrating your qualifications. After the interview, send a follow-up email to thank the interviewers and ask any remaining questions. This reinforces a positive impression and highlight your communication skills and professionalism. I hope all information I've gathered for you guys help for the future step in pursuing your passion and growing as a community member. If you want to learn more about AACPS internships, go to www.aacps.org internships, and don't forget to follow at AACPS Teen Talk on Instagram.